Hello everybody, this is Alyssa from Make Arts and Crafts, and today we are here for my WIP and chat. So WIP stands for Work in Progress Chat. We're going to sit here and chat, talk a little bit about the week, what I've been up to, all that fun stuff. And I know this is a Christmas tray, but this is the tray that I have over here on this desk. So this is what we're using today. So I just finished my Jada Gem Shop Crafter's Den Winter Mystery Kit. And I needed a break from confetti. Well, that one is not confetti, but I just finished that one and I did not feel like working on the confetti of the Storm God. I needed a little bit of a breather from the confetti. I've got 2 sections left. I know I said I was going to be done with it this week. I lied. I'm not done with it. But I needed a break from the confetti. I will finish it in February. Do not worry. It is getting so close. I only have 2 sections left. It is so close. So I wanted to work on something that was not confetti. So I decided what better thing to do than to work on my Chinese New Year mini dazzles from Diamond Art Club, because I do plan on doing those this month and I do plan on doing those for my event. So in case you didn't know, I'm working on the Lunar New Year DP along, which if you have not participated yet and would like to, feel free to join in. You just have to have a kit that is either Chinese zodiac animals, or I'm going to take the toolkit out because I don't need that. Either the Chinese zodiac animals or Asian themed canvas of some type. And then you can participate in the event, and I will have the entrance Google form to fill out attached below or in the description box. So make sure to fill it out and join in linked below, so that way you can join in on the event, because that's something that I'd love to have you guys all join in and participate. I love it. Like, this is my 2nd year hosting this event, and I'm super excited for the event, and I'm super excited for everybody that's participating as well. I'm loving seeing everybody's posts over on Instagram, and then for everybody that's in the Discord group, I'm loving seeing everybody's posts in the Discord as well. So that's something that has been super fun, and I'm having a blast with it. And this is an event that I'm going to host every year. Don't worry. It's something that I seriously enjoy doing, this particular event. So we're going to get into it. We're going to work on this kit. This is the Chinese New Year mini dazzles, and I love these. They are super cute. You've got your coin. So you've got the coin right here, which prior to, in modern times now, rather than giving out coins wrapped together with a red thread, you get your red envelope with money. But it used to be that you got coins wrapped with a red thread. And then you have your little dragon. He is super cute. And then there's the fan, which is adorable. And you've got the goldfish, the goldfish. And then you've got the this little symbol. I always forget the technical term for it. Jin Yanbao, the Yanbao. Yeah, that thing. And then you have the lantern. We're going to start with the lantern, I believe. I could start with one of the gold ones, but I think I'm going to start with the lantern because that's the one on top, and we're going to go with that. So what am I working with? You may ask. Oh, I need to grab, I'll just grab the plastic baggies that are in the toolkit here, and that's what I'll use. It's like, I need baggies. Well, guess what? I have baggies. I grabbed them out of the toolkit. So this is the one thing. I do actually kit up these into like the little baggies, but I only need 10, so it works out perfectly. And what tools am I using? I am using this beautiful tray. I should have kept using, I just changed my pens earlier this evening. I should have kept using the pens I was using, because they would have gone perfectly with this kit, because I was using a gold pen, a gold flecked pen from Norse Alchemist, which would have worked perfectly with the gold and the red. So yeah, the gold flecked pen from Norse Alchemist would have gone perfectly with this, but I just switched pens. This beautiful pen is from Norse Alchemist. It is stunning. And then I have this one right here, which is another beautiful pen, and this one is from Enabler's Outpost. I love it. Super comfortable. Love those 2 pens. And then I've got coconut eggnog scented putty. I have golden pear and clove wee wax. And wee wax is actually, so Laura Anxiety Art Adventures, the owner of wee wax, is one of our sponsors, and she is sponsoring the event with us, and she has hair there. And I believe it's orange is, we have a blood orange is the scent of the wee waxes that we are going to be giving away as prizes throughout the event. And then one of our other event sponsors is actually Ephemera 3D design. So yeah, so Ephemera 3D right here. They make some stunning trays. I love the trays, and oh my goodness, I will show you guys the trays next week. I'll have 3 sets of trays to give away for you guys. They are absolutely stunning. I love these trays. They're going to be identical to this, minus the fact that they won't have the Christmas tree on them. They'll have a Christmas tree, or they won't have a Christmas tree. They'll have a really cool design on them. There's 2 of them in the set, so you'll get a set of 2. Basically this exact style where you've got this right here, and then when you want to pour them out, you can put them in put it like this and easily pour back into whatever you're using, or you can just pour it like this depending on what container you're using. And I love these trays are fantastic. They work super well, and the drills line up beautifully inside these trays. So they're one of our sponsors. They have designed some beautiful trays for us that are totally right on point, and I can't wait to show you guys what those trays look like. Next week. They arrived, but they arrived at my parents' house, and that is, 2.5 hours away from me on the other side of the state. So I will go pick them up next weekend, and I will show you guys those trays next week when I film my WIP and chat. You'll get to see them next week. I'll show them off. But they are beautiful. I cannot wait to unbox them and show them off. It's gonna be so much fun. And then of course we have these super cool cover minders from which I should actually just open it like this. We have 3 sets of super cool cover minders. I know I should just show them, but I figure I've got some of these. So, we have 3 sets of these adorable cover minders from Nicole over at Shire Shenanigans. I actually just ordered my set of cover minders, and you can also order these cover minders from her Etsy shop. So she's offering this one all year long, and then this one just during the event. But I've got 3 sets for giving away, and I'm giving away 1 set today. I will do the drawing I will be doing the drawing the winner for the first set today. So those are some of our sponsors. And then we also have Leopard Leatherworks is one of our sponsors, and they make some beautiful pens. And then we have Jaded Gem Shop is going to be one of our grand prize winners. So they're sponsoring us for one of the grand prize winners, which will be a canvas, and then Enabler's Outpost also with a canvas as well. And then actually my mom is going to be another sponsor. She decided she wanted to sponsor as well, and she's going to be doing a painting. So you'll get an original artwork painting from my mom for a winner as well. So that'll be for one of the a grand prize type winner there. So that's kind of a little bit about what we are doing and what is going on. And now we're going to kind of get into it. This always cracks me up that they put this in here with the directions, but there's nothing in it. It cracks me up every time. I'm like, okay, we have this tray with nothing, or this little card, and it's empty. But okay. Do I have my scissors? My chair is really squeaky, but okay, now that I've talked for like 10 minutes straight about all of the random things, we can get into this and we can start working on our lantern. Woo! All right, I'm going to take the plastic off, and let's see where I can place it so you guys can see, but not have the glare. So I can work, but not glare. That's what I need. Or can I just turn this one off and you guys still see? It's a little dark. We're going to go with... There we go. That'll work. We'll work right there. That works. So let's open up this and start labeling some drills. So anyways, I hope everybody has had a wonderful week. I feel like this has been a really long week this week for some reason. It has definitely been a long week for me. I don't know why it's been so long. We're going to start off with some Z666. I usually just kind of go down the line of the drills on these trays. On these things is usually what I do with this stuff. So, and because I'm going to forget what it is, this is basically how I kit up these. And I'm going to say, okay, here's my plastic baggie, and I need the Z666. So these are all fairy dust. And yeah, these ones are all completely fairy dust. for these ones here. So we're going to do that. And what symbol is this? And I do it like this. That way I know that that is symbol 4 when I'm working on this. So I can know I need to work on symbol 4 in here. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. So how has everybody's week been? Like I said, this week I felt like has been a very hectic week for me. I have been doing all the things. So if you were watching last week, I told you that I did get an offer accepted on a house. So now I'm in like that process of filling out all the paperwork, filling out all of the loan stuff with the bank, starting that whole ball rolling. So it's been like a whirlwind of paperwork, all of that all week long, like filling out forms after form after form. I got the inspection done on the house this week. I've been getting in quotes from different insurance companies because I have to decide which insurance company I want to go with so I can get the ball rolling on the insurance. But I am cruising along because I have a closing date towards almost the end of February is my closing date. And that's coming quickly. So I'm like cruising along with all of that because, I got to be able to get that done. I called and got my household goods delivery set up for the following week. So I'll close on like a Wednesday, and then the week after, that following Monday is when my household goods will get delivered. So that gives me like the weekend, the rest of the week. I close on Wednesday, and that gives me the rest of the week and the weekend to basically to paint the house, because it needs the whole house needs painted. Even if it had a fresh coat of paint, I would still go in and paint it because I hate the color that 99% of people paint their house. I'm always like, okay, no, you painted it an atrocious color. I need to go in and paint this. Because most people, when they're painting a house for like a move or something like that, they go with contractor white, which is beige. And that is like the bane of my existence, is a beige. I'm always like, ugh, I can't stand beige white for a house. So I'm always like, nope, gotta paint it. And I usually end up going with like a gray or something like that. Granted, my last 2 houses, I did paint at least like the living room area, like a soft, I don't think I did it in California, but I know in Hawaii, I painted my walls in my living room like a soft, almost lavendery color. It was very interesting, but it was one of those things where you didn't think that it was lavender until you like looked at it closely and you're like, wait, do you have purple walls? And I'm like, yes, actually I do, but they were a very, 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 very subtle purple. But yeah, I had purple walls in Hawaii on my house, in the living room. And then I had gray, a very, very soft gray in the bathroom and the hallway. And then in my bedroom, each of the bedrooms was a different color, with my master being a little bit of a darker, but still a light gray, but a darker light gray. And then when I was in California, I'm like, okay, that's too much to remember. So I think I did that similar lavendery, like light purplish tone. I think I went with that same light purple tone for the walls of the main living space, like the living room, hallway, kitchen, dining room. And then I painted the bathrooms and the bedrooms. I painted like a nice gray, a nice light gray color, because I love a good soft gray. That always makes me happy, having a good soft gray. Don't like having to work right down this little crease. That's not very fun. So I just did 2 colors on my last house, because that way I didn't have to do as much paint changing or anything like that. So this one, and I don't think we painted the ceiling last time in California. I think the ceiling looked good. We were fine with just leaving the ceiling alone. But here in Florida, I have to paint the walls and the ceilings. So that's going to be annoying to have to paint the ceiling, because ceilings are a pain in the butt to paint. I hate painting ceilings because this gives me such a headache when I have to paint the ceiling. But my mom will come over and we'll paint the ceilings, we'll paint the walls, and we'll do all of that, get everything painted so that way the painting is done before my household goods get delivered. Because once you have stuff in the house, it becomes a whole heck of a lot harder to paint the walls when you have stuff in there. It's a lot easier to do when the house is empty and you don't have anything on the walls. But once you start putting stuff in, it gets a lot harder. I'm going back and forth because I'm trying to find the right putty to use, or the right putty texture, dryness, or like tackiness. Because I've been doing, you know, like long diamond painting session with these pens today, this evening, and that affects the stickiness of the putty, and sometimes they get too tacky, and then it just gets annoying because they're too tacky. So I'm like judging the texture of the putty, and then of course I'm not working on a completely hard surface because this has got give to it, and I normally work on a hard surface, but this is padded, i.e. it's got multiple layers to it. So that's kind of why, if you're wondering why I'm constantly changing back and forth with my pens, it's because I'm playing around with the putty without going through and just breaking down and putting new putty in, because I just put new putty in. All right, so I'm going to glance at this, make sure I got all of the 4s. I did. All right, so now we can move on to the next color. So this is one where I will boop, boop. Normally I would just put the funnel in, but there's a small enough number that I'm like, meh, that's too much effort, so I'm just going to dump them like this. Which, as you can see, that's easy and painless to do. So now we're on to the next color, which is going to be another red. This is going to be our 817. So yeah, that's been my week. I got the inspections done. Got all sorts of, I gotta breathe on these ones. Yeah, so got the inspections done, making progress on the insurance. I just have to, I think I've decided on which insurance company I'm gonna go with. I just need to call them and get it set up and do that part. But I've made that decision for the insurance company, which is one step closer. Yeah, so I'm making really good progress on everything. It's just, you know, like buying a house it's a lot of work. It's not just like, oh, hey, I'm gonna sign a contract and move in kind of a thing. No, there's a lot of legwork that goes into it as well. Staticky drills, so I had to breathe into them. That's why these ones aren't moving as well, because there's so much static on them. So I have to breathe on them. But and then I breathed on them too much, so then that stopped them from gliding like they should. So this is symbol E. Anywho, so that's kind of where I'm at for the house. I have, yeah, we're making progress on that. Kind of got that plan in place. And it's just a matter of kind of going from there, got the plan in place. Now I just need to, you know, do the whole, finish that last little bit of legwork and then go from there. It's like, it's coming together, and then it's just the waiting game. Then it'll just be the sit and wait the next few weeks until the end of the month. And then once the end of the month arrives, do the closing. And I will be able to move in and have a little house. It's like, I've been fine being in the RV. It hasn't really bothered me. I'm really good at adapting to whatever space. I mean, I've lived in smaller spaces than this for longer periods of time when I've been deployed. So I'm good with adapting to whatever space you give me. That's not an issue. The biggest thing is, I think the cats, like Mochi's fine. She's chill. But Sushi needs like space for her little chaos self to run her carcass around. So that's one of the big things. I think we need a little bit more space for my little chaos gremlin. to run her carcass around, because she is totally chaos everything. And I think being back in the house will be good for her, because then she can chaos around the house and run all over, streak back and forth. Instead of just streaking from the front to the back of the RV, she can streak around the house. And she will be happy cat. She's sitting on the front driver's seat, just a happy little clam, laying on top of my Udi. Being a happy little clam. Because she was causing chaos earlier, so now she's being quiet because the chaos mischief has been managed, and now she's exhausted because she managed all the mischief and caused all the chaos, so now she can chill and relax. Such a silly little cat. But yeah, she's something. But that's the Susu, so she'll be happy to have a place where she can just run her to her little cat heart's content. And I can get her to stop trying to climb up my towel that's hanging on the shower bar or the shower curtain, because that's her favorite thing to do right now. I hear a noise and I look, and there's Sushi climbing up my towel that's hanging from the shower door, and I have to then yell at Sushi for climbing up the towel, and she looks at me as she's dangling from the top of the towel, i.e. the top of the shower door, because she really wants to get inside the shower. I look at her and she looks at me, and I yell at her again, and she looks at me and I give her that firm tone of voice, and she's like, oh fine, I'll get down, and slowly carcasses her way down. And she's just, oh, she's such a little turd, such a stubborn little thing. Oh my goodness, is she stubborn. But yeah, that's the battle of wills that's been going on for the last couple months, has been Sushi savaging my poor towel. So it's like I only can use that one towel because I don't want her to destroy another towel, because now it has like little cat paws all over, claw marks and paw marks and everything all over it, and I don't want her destroying another towel, so I'm like, I'm only going to use that towel, so I don't have two towels destroyed. I just have one towel destroyed. But yeah, she's something, I tell you. She's something. Such a little thing. So much personality in that little cat. And it's like, Mochi's a character for sure, and we knew that. But then I get this little thing, this little gremlin cat, and she is even more of a character. Oh my goodness, is she something. But yes. All right, so what else have I done this week? Work. Yeah, so I'm seeing patients now. My schedule's starting to pick up, which is like, I have mixed feelings about. I'm like, yay, but at the same time, yay, because I'm like, ugh, seeing patients, so now life is busy seeing patients. I kind of like the vacation of not seeing patients. It's a nice little breather. So now I'm starting to pick back up. I'm still waiting for them to come back and adjust my desk, because that still hasn't been adjusted in the clinic. So now I'm awkwardly in the space there of, you know, not having a ergonomic work center in the clinic space where I work and see patients. So I'm like, so tedious. So that's rather annoying. And then once I get, so it's like I need them to come back and finish adjusting the space. They came once and were like, we'll be back shortly, and then they disappeared into the ether, and I hadn't seen them. And then they finally showed up, or like in the middle of the week they showed up, and I was like, hey, I'm in the middle of seeing a patient. Can you come back? And like, I will be done in like 30 minutes, and then I'll be done with this work citation for the rest of the day, and you guys could do what you need to do and move things around. They were like, okay, that sounds like a plan. Perfect. And then they never came back. And I'm like, dude, seriously? So next time they come, I'm just going to be like, yes, do this now. We will move to the next table over, and I will just not worry about computer stuff while you guys are here. Because I need my desk, like those things, table thingies, whatever, monitor stand, keyboard stand, whatever this stuff is called, the wall mount stuff, moved, so I don't have to sit there and like strain my neck staring at that computer. And pretty shortly, in the next like week or two, my schedule is going to really start to pick up because I'll have been seeing patients for a month then, which means I'm going to start seeing follow-ups. So then I'm going to have not just the new patients on my schedule, I'm going to have follow-ups on my schedule, which means I need to be able to document quickly, and I can't do that if I don't have a good workstation set up. So right now I can't document very quickly if I'm in the clinic. I have to then go back to my office, but I'm not going to have time to run back to my office in between patients. Once I have a full schedule, I'll be able to run back to my office at the end of, like, at lunchtime, and then at the end of patient care at the end of the day. But that's not going to be the same as, you know, when I have, you know, 5 minutes in between a patient. That's totally different type of setting and totally different type of scenario. But that's my thing. I need them to come back, finish adjusting it so I can actually work properly. And I'm like, please come back and adjust my desk. But they're taking their own sweet time about it, and it is driving me crazy. I'm like, come on, people. Like, do your job. Do your job. I put in this trouble ticket like 3 weeks ago. 2.5 weeks ago, realistically. I need it done so I can actually, like, work properly. Because this is not conducive to seeing patients and working like I want to work. I'm not very efficient with the setup that I have right now. And it's annoying me to no end. Makes me really miss my setup that I had in California. That was a much more efficient setup. So anyways, so that's where we're at for that part of everything. So we're symbol 1. Figured it was symbol 1 for the last of the reds on this symbol, or this one. So that's where I'm at as far as the work piece of everything. For that stuff, I did some online trainings to finish out some of what needed done for the week, or for the month for January. And then, because, you know, we're at the end of the month, so I got that done, which some of those trainings are so tedious, but I got those done. And then after the trainings, I was, basically, I had like so I did the trainings, and then it was just more sitting around in between patients, which I'm enjoying right now because it means I can sit and kill time. But I'm like, it's not gonna last. I'm gonna be super busy again in a minute, and then I'm gonna be like really missing this time of downtime when I didn't have to worry about it. I'm working on typing up and writing up a case study to present at our next departmental staff meeting for a patient that I saw that I saw a couple weeks ago. I saw him, I think, like a couple weeks ago. I saw this patient, and I did his evaluation and everything, and I'm like, okay, this doesn't, and he was one that sorry, I had a tickle in my throat. Did his evaluation and everything, and I'm like, okay, he's a little bit more severe because he was a low back pain. He's a retiree, but young still, like 57-ish or somewhere around in there. He's in his late 50s, but not quite to the 60 mark. Young, relatively fit, and did his evaluation, and basically he presented as if he was like with both legs, numbness and tingling in both legs, weakness in both legs, but especially in his like right calf, and he had shooting pains down both legs, and then he also had some numbness and tingling in both of them with some decreased sensation as well on both sides. So I was like, okay, with everything that I'm seeing, and with the symptoms that he had and the weakness that he had, he had a decreased reflexes on both sides, but one of the reflexes was absent on the right, which means that, you know, the nerves are which basically all of that gives me a picture that says that he's got a nerve that's being compressed, and it's most likely with how he was and like the symptoms that he had, and nothing really made it better, nothing really made it worse for the most part. He kind of presented it with what we call a disc extrusion, which is like a herniated disc that has become so severe that like a little fraction of the herniated disc has broken off, or like kind of come off and is in the spinal canal, kind of floating in that area there. That's kind of essentially what a disc extrusion is. And those can be highly painful and usually don't improve on their own or with physical therapy, and they usually end up needing surgery. But that's how he presented. He looked exactly like a disc extrusion. So I'm like, okay, I need to order some imaging on this patient. And I don't normally order imaging for patients the first time I see them, unless it's something that I'm like, okay, this is something that I think is really going to need to go to surgery. Which, when I saw him, I'm like, okay, he's one that I really think he's going to end up needing to go this route. So let's go ahead and get the imaging ordered now, because this has been going on. It was his first time coming in for physical therapy, but he had said the symptoms have been going on for about 10 months, and they've been getting progressively worse instead of better. So I'm like, okay, we're going to order some imaging. We're going to see what's going on there. X-rays came back, and I looked at his X-rays, and it was, like some symptoms that could have explained some of it. But I'm like, yeah, we still need the MRI. So I ordered the MRI for him. And he got the MRI, like the following week, he got the MRI. And he had to get out in town because we were at capacity for our timeline-wise for our MRI suite at the hospital. So they had sent him out in town to get to a different facility to get his MRI, which actually worked out because he was able to get it significantly faster. So he got the MRI and got it, like, that was last week. He got it, I think, last week. Sometime, and then he brought in the CD with the images on it to give to me, but I still didn't have the report, and I still to this day do not have the report, the radiologist's report from that MRI, because the facility never sent it over. And I'm like, okay, fine, but it's lumbar spine, it's low back, I know how to, I'm not a radiologist, but I can look and see if he has what I'm expecting in there. He gave me the report, or gave me the CD while he was in for one of his treatments on Friday, and then I went ahead and looked at it this week because I didn't have a chance to review it on Friday, so I reviewed it on this week. Pulled up the images, looked at it, and of course you have to look at all different views. You can't just look at one view. So most of the views looked good, and I'm like, okay, I'm not seeing the disc extrusion. He's only got a very mild herniated disc, like nothing that really explained his symptoms. But then one of the views that I pulled up, because the MRI has different weights, so it shows the tissues in different colors, which, depending on what color you use, can affect how things show up on the MRI. So one of the views that he showed up in a very, and I'm like, okay, wait, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? And sure enough, there was like this there was a mass. So essentially, long story short, he has some type of, like 3.2 centimeter by 2 centimeter by like 1.6 centimeter, what's called like basically a neurogenic tumor of some type in his spinal canal, spinal cord, intrathecal. So basically in the spinal cord. So that's basically what instead of being able to say, oh, hey, you have a disc issue and we need to send you over, I had to then basically tell him, you have a mass in your spinal cord. It's definitely what's causing your symptoms, but now we need to go ahead and order some further imaging and get you referred to the right person, place that referral so that way they can go ahead and do what needs to be done to see about getting this removed and taken care of. So yeah, that's what my week was, and that's taken a hot minute to do, but that was Tuesday, I believe. Yeah, I believe that was on Tuesday. Was it Monday or Tuesday? One of those days this week is when I did that, and I placed the order for the contrast MRI and then the referral that he needed for like orthospine neurosurge, so they could further evaluate him, and like, because they're the ones that'll be able to do the to potentially do the surgery and everything that he needs to have this removed and to further assess it and biopsy it and all that stuff. And then he actually, and today I actually, so that was on what, Tuesday? And then yesterday afternoon, late yesterday afternoon, is when he got the contrast MRI done. So it went super, super quick, which I'm glad, because it's not something that you want to play around with. But he was able to get the contrast MRI on like this past week. And then I was able to get in the facility that he went for this one was much, much faster. They actually sent me the report, which they're supposed to do, but I got the report. And I was able to then get the results of the report, which had the information about the size of what it was and the details and all that. And then I was able to call him and give him and his wife the information and everything. And then, so they were happy that I was able to give them what they needed. The good news is that the radiologist report from the contrast MRI was like non-aggressive. So whatever it is, whatever type of tumor it is non-aggressive. But we had that information and everything for him. But it was one of those things where you never know what you're going to see as a physical therapist, because not just like a straight generic, low back pain. It was something significantly more than that. But he was him and his wife were basically super, super glad that, I took his pain seriously and paid attention to and listened to what he had to say, and didn't just blow him off as, oh, you've got back pain, no big deal. I listened to what he had to say, because, if I had blown him off and didn't listen and use my critical thinking, then, I could have easily missed the fact that, he had a tumor in there. But yeah, we found it. And now he's getting it taken care of. But look at this. We got our first one done. And look how quick that was. Like 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes. And we finished one of them. And this is the perfect time to draw our winner. So we're going to go ahead and draw our winner for the set of cover minders. So this is going to be our snake and our Nian, our cover minder set from our Dragon Dance cover minder set, and our snake cover minder from Shire Shenanigans. So we will draw that. All right. Now. So we have our YouTube link in there, filtered for duplicates, blah, 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 blah. Did our sum. We have 23 comments, and now we are going to pick our winner. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Woohoo! Congratulations. So this is our winner. So congratulations. And I will get that sent off at the end of the event. So I'm excited for that. I think I'm excited that we've had some international winners. I think that's exciting for them. So they get to actually get some goodies. All right, so congratulations to the winner, and you will get your prize at the end of the event. That is when I'm shipping everybody's prizes out. And realistically, it will be like once my household goods get delivered, so it'll be the event ends the end of February, and you'll get your prizes. My household goods get delivered in first week of March. So once my household goods get delivered and my stuff gets unpacked and I get my shipping stuff, that's when I'll ship it all out to you, which will be like that first or second week of March is when I will get everything shipped out to everyone. But look at this. I love it. It is so cute. These are like by far, I think, are going to be my favorite ones. And I may actually have to do like a little thing and have these like hung on the wall in some way, shape, or form for these ones, because I love them. They are adorable. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So that was number one. Next up, let's go for the next one. We're just going to go with the next one on our lineup, which is going to be this one, which it goes this way, but we're going to work on it sideways because that's the way the symbols go. So this is our Jinyon Bao. Anyways, so like I said, oh yeah, and now that we've drawn our winner, we need to decide what our word is going to be for our next week's prize. And next week's prize is going to be a set of trays, these beautiful trays from that I let me see if I can actually pull up the picture so you can see what they're gonna look like. Let me pull up the actual so you can see the actual trays you're gonna get. So this is what your trays are gonna look like. right here. That right there is what the trays are going to look like. I know that's the view from my iPad. So you've got green tray with a white lid and a green snake, and a red tray with a white lid, and this says basically that's the wood snake. So you're the wood snake right there. So that's the wood snake there. Those are going to be yes, so those are going to be the ones for, I'm seeing if I have a picture of, yeah, so here is the mock-up of what the inside of the tray looks like. So you'll have the white threaded or the white interior, and then the red lines and the green lines. So it's gonna be beautiful, easy to read, all of that fun stuff, or easy to use and all of that. So those are the trays. So we're gonna give away one set of the trays today, and we're gonna go ahead and use the word, let's use the word dragon. Let's use the word dragon in a sentence. That's what we're going to use today. Dragon. So we're going to use this symbol right here. So that's going to be what you want to put down, and make sure that you have filled out the entrance form, the Google form to fill out that's how I know who to send things to, your shipping information and all of that stuff for prizes. So that way I don't have to hunt people down. I can just mail you your prize at the end. Otherwise, I don't know I don't know the details to ship things to once I pull the winner. But if you filled out the entry form, it makes my life easier. I don't have to hunt somebody down. I just send the stuff at the end of time. I keep track of who won, and then I send things to you when it's time. It makes my life so much easier. So make sure you filled out the entry form, the Google form, Google Doc, whatever you want to call it, Google form, whatever, and go from there. So diamond painting wise, I've been doing really good. I've been doing pretty good. I did buy the Chinese zodiac animals, but I mean, nobody doubted that I would buy the Mini Dazzles Chinese zodiac this past week. I mean, I have the Chinese New Year. I had to get the zodiac because obviously I had to get the zodiac. That was something that was a 100% must buy when I saw them come out with those this week. I was like, yeah, I am buying those. There's no doubt about that. They are a must purchase item. Most definitely a must purchase item. So I did buy those this week. Other than that though, I need to log them into my Gems Flow. I did not log them into Gems Flow yet. I do need to I am going to be making a purchase from Jada Gem Shop this week as well, which actually technically will fall into February now, because I had gone in with some others to get, we had split the cost of a custom, or not a custom, but of basically getting a canvas hand charted and bumping it to the front of the line because we loved the art so much. So now that she has released that image, which is the Dragon Riders image, the hand charted Dragon Riders image, which is Fourth Wing fan art. Now that she's released that image this week, it's so stunning. It's beautiful. I have to buy it. But that was one that I knew once she showed us like the fan art for it. I was like, okay, when you release, and we had the group of us had gone in to pay for basically the hand charting fee for it. That was something that I knew I was going to be purchasing. And that one was a must. And then I'm like, I haven't pressed the purchase button yet because I was kind of like debating what all I was going to add to my cart. Because I'm like, do I buy that? Because I'm like, if I'm going to buy one kit, I'm typically going to buy more than one kit. I'm going to buy another kit if I'm buying from Jada Gem Shop. I never buy just one kit. I always buy a couple kits. So I'm like, well, do I buy just that one? And then the other kit that I was going to for sure get is the Knife Geese kit. It's the the modified crop from the, what is it, the country, whatever, from, oh, I have to pull it up because it is an epic canvas and I love everything about it. So let me go to Jaded Gem Shop. Jaded, Jupe. All right, we're going to Jaded Gem Shop. I've got to show you guys the awesomeness that is this kit. Boom. All right. Let's see. We're going to go to, all right, I'm going to pull my iPad over. And I need to go to my wish list. I have way too many things on my wish list. These are all the items on my wish list. I have it angled so you don't see too much of the glare. But, so this is the one that I am for sure going to be purchasing, is going to be this beauty right here. It's a Chrysabug piece. We actually, once Chrysabug painted it, we basically were like, we told Jade, we were like, can you get this piece? And she was like, oh yes, I can. She reached out to Chrysabug and said, yes, I can get it. So that was one that as soon as we saw it, and we paid, the group of us paid to have it hand charted because we wanted this in, we wanted it in the pixel charting, the hand charting, but it is stunning. So I am going to be purchasing that one in rounds because I love my rounds, and it's a big one. So it's going to be 62 by 95 in rounds. So I will be purchasing that one in rounds. And then the other thing on my wish list that I'm definitely going to be purchasing is the piece, was this one right here. So it's a crop of a Martith, that like the country, whatever, like a really cottagecore type kit. It's like a small, it's only like a 20 by 30, but it is the cutest thing ever. And I am like, I have to, absolutely have to have this. And I think I'm probably going to get it in, I'm debating, I might just get it in square. Maybe I'll get it in round. I haven't decided if I'm going to do round or square. I think I'm just going to do it in square. But look at the ridiculousness that is, as I go clicking on it. I need to click away. But I might, yeah, I think I'm going to get it in square. But it is so cute. I mean, look at this. This is the cutest thing ever. It's like piece was never an option. It's from Martin. Like the original art is a crop of Martith stuff, but it's like the knife geese. They're just too ridiculous. And I'm like, I have to have that. I absolutely have to have that. I love it. I love everything about it. He's so cute. There's like what it would look like in rounds. The knife geese are just something. So the knife geese are absolutely coming home with me. And then I was debating if there was anything else. Well, I know there's tons of other stuff on here that I want. But I'm like, do I want, because I'm trying to control myself. So I'm like, do I just buy the two? Or do I buy more than that? Do I add like a Flossie? Because I was like really tempted to add Spooky Forest on there. Or I was actually really tempted to add all the Flossies that I need. But I'm like, maybe I just do Spooky Forest. Because these are all of my wish list items from Jaded Gem Shop. But I'm like, I try to hold off on some of them until they get pixel charted, because I don't want to buy something and then have it be pixel charted. So all of the princesses, these panel ones, those ones I'm going to wait until they get hand charted before, or pixel charted before I buy them, because I have one of them. Here, let me do it like this so you can see better. Because I have one of these, the one that's been hand charted or pixel charted, I have one. So I'm going to wait until the rest of them get hand charted. So this is what's on my wish list for Jaded Gem Shop. So I was leaning towards adding in, because I know I'm going to get those first two, and then I was like, well, maybe I add in like two other small ones or one other larger one. And it's kind of like I do one or the other. So I could add like Spooky Forest and Raccoon Restaurant, add those two in, to it, and then maybe throw in the birthstones like mini kit, because those are like 12 little canvases. So maybe I add those three, or I pick one big one instead. And maybe I go with one of the pixel charted. So I'm just debating which way I want to go. Or I go with Scarlet Sonnet, because that one's beautiful. But then there's Barely Tolerable. There's some really stunning ones. Or I go with one of the hand charted ones. I just haven't decided. I'm like, that's why I haven't pressed the button. Because there's some of them that I really want. Like, I want Scarlet Sonnet. I want One Pale Elf. I want so many of them. But I'm like, do I wait? Or do I buy them now, or do I go with some of like the pixel charted ones that I still want? Like Artist in Her Habitat is really pretty, so do I buy that one? But then there's also some of the other ones that have already been pixel charted that are still on my wish list. Like this one's on my wish list, that one's on my wish list, but I have to kind of prioritize. So I'm kind of torn. So I'm like, well, and then like that one, The Reader's Path, I love. So I'm like, do I want one of these other ones instead? So I've got a lot of the flossies. I feel like I need to finish some of the flossies before I allow myself to order more flossies. Or do I just stick to my guns and just buy Dragon Riders and Peace Was Never an Option and try to control myself and just buy the 2 because I'm trying to work down my hoard. So that's the other thing. So do I just buy the 2 and then call it a day just having bought the 2? Because that's self-control and that's what I feel like I should do. And that's what I probably will do. But yeah, so that's why I haven't pressed the button and purchased yet, because I'm still having a dilemma of what I'm actually going to buy. I know I'm going to get those 2, but am I going to buy anything else, or if I'm just going to buy those 2? That's the dilemma. So if you guys have any thoughts of what I should purchase from my wish list, let me know, because I am still debating and I'm like, I can't decide. There's too many choices. Because as you can see, I have 82 canvases on my Jaded Gem Shop wish list. I have significantly fewer than that on my Diamond Art Club wish list. I think my Diamond Art Club wish list is the largest it's ever been. It is now up to, I think, 13 canvases on my Diamond Art Club wish list, and that's large. That's super large for me. And of those 13, I think there might only be like 1 or 2 that are in stock. Everything else is sold out. So I'm like waiting until a couple of the ones that I really, really want come back into stock. Because some of them I will probably remove from the wish list as I think about them. Like the ones that are on there that are not sold out, I may decide I want, I may decide I don't want. But right now, they're not ones that I foresee them discontinuing at all. So like some of them are the Disney kits. So I'm like, I need to finish some of what I have already before I work on any of that stuff. So right now it's like, okay, well, work on the ones that I already have before I go doing anything else. So that's kind of where my thought process has been. Before I buy any other Disney kits, I need to work on the ones that I already purchased. So that's why the other ones that are on my wish list are still on the wish list and have not been purchased, because I'm trying to practice some type of restraint, which is also why I'm leaning towards just doing the 2 instead of the instead of ordering more when it comes to Jaded Gem Shop, because I have a lot of kits, and you know, I do a pretty decent job of finishing stuff, but I don't finish kits that quickly. If I were to do just small stuff, like if I were to only work on like my small kits, I could knock out a ton of them quickly, but I don't do just the small kits. I do work on some of the larger kits as well. So yeah, anyways. You guys believe I'm like literally, I had to check and see how long I've been talking for. I've basically been talking for an hour almost. It doesn't feel like we've been at 53 minutes. It feels like this WIP and chat has gone significantly shorter. But I babbled for a really long time about like my patient case that I saw. So if you want to bypass all of that and move on and then get into the nitty gritty of everything, then that's understandable. But it was a very interesting case for me in my medical brain for it. And like, it was kind of one of those things where it's not something that I see every day, thankfully. But like the patient was super, super glad that, and like super thankful to me. He, like, him and his wife both were like, thanked me profusely when I called him to give him the information from what the second MRI had to say. They both thanked me, and I'm telling him that he has, you know, a mass that's a tumor, and he's thanking me for telling him that. But it was because now he knows what's causing all of his pain, and we've got a plan on what to do with it. Whereas, you know, his doctor that he saw, that sent him to see me, basically looked at him and was like, okay, yeah, you need to go see physical therapy, and like sent him out the door. And that was basically it. So it's kind of one of those things where, you know, he's like, okay, we're getting this taken care of. There's an answer. There's a reason, and there's a plan, and all this stuff. So yeah, exactly. But anyways, I'm loving these. These are so much fun. I'm definitely going to finish this one before I go to bed tonight. Because this is going to go so quickly, and I probably will end up finishing the rest of these tomorrow because they're so good. And then I've got some plans of things I want to do this weekend, and I'll have to update you guys next weekend on what I actually ended up doing, because I do have some fun stuff planned. We'll see if I actually do any of said fun stuff, because you guys know me. By the time I actually get my button gear and try to do stuff, do I actually get any of it done or not? Hit or miss, hit or miss, hit or miss. We will see. We will see. But on the plus side, I think we're done with our cold spell. I actually went to work this morning and did not have to wear a flannel to go to work. I could actually just like roll out the door with just my t-shirt and my jeans on, and then get to the hospital and change into my uniform, because I hate wearing my uniform to work. I would prefer to change when I get to my office, which is what I did. But anyways, I think that is basically, let me finish what I have for you guys. I just want to finish this one little row of this color, but it's coming so quickly. If I hadn't talked so much, if I hadn't pulled up Jaded Gem Shop stuff and showed you all of the stuff from Jaded Gem Shop, I would have totally finished this one for you guys, because it's not taking that long to do this one. I like when they're quick like this, because you guys know I like my finishes. Some people are all about the process, and they'll take forever to do the process because it's a process for them. And I'm like, give me my finish. I want my finish. Yeah, the process is part of it, but I want to finish. I like my finishes too. So I'm like, yeah, I like the process. Obviously, that's why big part of why you diamond paint is because you enjoy the process. But I like my finishes. So anyways, this is what this looks like. I love these. These look fantastic. If you guys have not seen how stunning these little sets are and how much fun they are to do, super fun, super cute. And look at that one. We're about halfway done with this one. Just a couple colors left to go on this one, but super fun. But that's all I have for you guys for today. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me babble on about aimlessly random things, because that is life and what I do. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.